Good morning, children. Children, topsy-turvy poem over, question answers over, worksheet over, and activity sheet also planned. Only thing is you have to recite it, record and send me, because after saying also you are not by hearting. By hearted, children. Oh, it is for you only. Once you by heart, you can remember forever. Okay, good. Now coming to the lesson, Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver's Travel. Here this Gulliver's Travel says about the experience of a sailor. Gulliver was a sailor. Okay. So here first of all let me tell some new words. Autobiography. What? Autobiography. Autobiography means, children, when we write the story about ourselves or about life experiences of oneself is called autobiography. When we write somebody's story, that is biography. If we write somebody's, that is biography. When we write ourselves, is a autobiography. Okay. Here Gulliver wrote about his experience. That's why it is taken from his autobiography. This is about his experience. He travelled in a ship, or you can say boat, in a sea. On the 16th June 1730, we discovered a land. Our captain sent a dozen men with vessels for water. So, in a ship or boat, which was travelled during 16th June 1730, had a crew of people, means many people who travel in that. It had one captain sent a dozen men with vessels for water. He sent dozen means 12 men to find water, for sweet water, because in sea we see only salt water. He sent 12 men with vessels to collect water from a mainland. When we came to land, we saw no river or spring nor any inhabitant. When they went to a land, nothing was there. Nothing means no inhabitant. Inhabitant means people who reside in houses or caves or somewhere. No habitant was there. I went on to explore. Still he wanted, who? The Gulliver wanted to see any spring water spots are there. The country was barren and rocky. The country means the large area was barren and rocky. Barren means only stones were found. Barren, wastelands are there. I turned back to join the crew. He came back to join the crew. Means the crew was in the boat. Only to see them getting into the boat and rowing for life to get to the ship. Then the boat was going away by being rowed. Rowed means driving. Okay. You know why? Because a new man, a strange man, a big creature, a man with big eyes, tall legs, very big head. He was like an elephant, a creature walking after them. Just it was about to catch the boat. He was going in such a speed, and seeing that the boat ran away with double speed to escape from that creature, or we can say monster. Monster means new fellow, who are wild, who may harm us. Okay. So before I could reach them, I observed a huge creature walking after them in the sea as fast as he could. The water of the ocean reached on the sea he is such a tall, while walking in the sea, the water has come up to his knee level. It was so depth. Still the water level has come to the knees of that man. Means he is so tall. The water of the ocean reached only till his knees. However, the monster was unable to overtake the speeding boat. Till he ran to catch the boat, but the boat ran away with the high speed. I turned back quickly and climbed up a steep hill with fields of barley on either side and the corn rising up to 40 feet. Okay, just he came back. What to do? The ship has gone, the boat. So he went to the countryside. There he saw some corn fields. Field means farming land where corns are there. You know, the corns here only we find 3 to 4 feet or maximum 5 feet. But there it is some 30-40 feet height. The corns are also very long. Okay. Then there was a fence to pass from one field to another. For every farmland there was a fence. So it was also very high, like walls. It was impossible for me to climb because every step was 6 feet high. The steps means the bunds. In Telugu we say gotlu. Those were 6 feet high. Our maximum height is 6-7 feet. But the bund, the foundation, like the fence was 6 feet high. So it was very difficult for him to jump. I was trying to find a gap in the hedge when I discovered one of the inhabitants in the next field walking towards the fence. Just he wanted to go through one hedge of the bund. Bund means that the hedge of one field to another field. There immediately he saw one inhabitant, means the man who lives in a habitant in a house. Okay, he was so tall. He was of the same size as the creature chasing the boat. The man was like the man whom he saw, who was chasing the boat, a man who was about to pull the boat. This man also was the same size. I was struck with utmost fear and astonishment and ran to hide myself. He afraid because this fellow may catch him to kill. He called in a voice much louder than a trumpet. That man saw this Gulliver and called, "Hey, where are you running? Be there!" Like that he shouted. A louder voice like trumpet. Trumpet means the voice of a elephant. Elephant makes a vigorous sound. Like that sound, the monster, the new man, shouted. It sounded like thunder. The man who made a sound was like a thunder. Thunder means in rainy season, in clouds, when the clouds come, that time we see gad 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 sound. That is thunder. Merupulu we say na, urumulu merupulu. Like that sound he made. 7 monsters like him came towards the field ready to reap the corn. The corn has about to cut. So they all came with 7 people came to cut the or to reap the corn. They carried a reaping hook which was very big. They hold one hook which were very big. Then when one of the reapers approached where I lay hidden, I screamed as loud as I could. One fellow came with a hook just to catch this boy. Whom? This Gulliver. He was not a boy. For him he was like a boy because he is very small in size. That monster, the new fellow, was like an elephant. So before an elephant he was very small boy like. Okay. So when that fellow came to Gulliver, Gulliver afraid and screamed. With fear he shouted. Then the creature stopped reaping, picked me up between his thumb and forefinger. Thumb and forefinger, this is thumb finger, this is forefinger. In these two fingers, he caught Gulliver. I put between these two fingers. Suppose if I give you a small banana, how you catch? With two fingers you catch to eat, no? Like that, the man caught this Gulliver in two hands, kept him in two hands and raised him up to his face. It was of 30 feet high, means how high that man was, you see. So the creature stopped reaping and brought me close to his eyes, 60 feet above the ground. 60 feet above the ground means how much height that fellow was, you see. He was more than 60 feet. He looked at me with curiosity and blew my hair aside to get a better view of my face. So this Gulliver's hair came on his face, and that fellow who, the monster, the giant man, the forest man, could not see his face. So just he blew air on his face to see the face clearly by taking his hair aside. Okay, when he blew air, his hair has gone up and he could see the face. He called his friends and gently placed me on the ground. Then they were all 7, no? This fellow called the other 6. Hey, come here, come here. See, one fellow, new boy I could find. Come, see. So he called all the others and put Gulliver on the ground. And all the 7 people stood around him. They all sat on the ground to take a good look at me. I walked slowly backward and forward, just Gulliver frightened, and just he moved this side, that side, forward, front, back, side, behind. Why? To escape, but he can't escape. So these people, they surrounded him, pulled off my hat and made a low bow toward the farmers. He had one cap. They removed the cap. They saw him. Everybody saw this fellow. I tried to speak to them loudly in several languages. Gulliver started speaking in many languages like English and their local language and some other languages which he knew, but they could not understand because their language was some other language. Okay, so each time I did so, the farmers who picked me up held his ear very close to me, but in vain. The farmer took me to his house and placed me at some distance on the dining table, which was 30 feet high from the floor. So the farmer who first saw this Gulliver took him to his house. In his house there was a dining table. The dining table was like our playground. How big our playground? That much big is a dining table. On the dining table he put this Gulliver and he called his wife. The wife has come to see this Gulliver. Okay. Dinner was brought for the farmer in a dish which was 10 feet in diameter. Dinner is brought for the farmer as well for this Gulliver. And you know how much big the steel plate was? Our plate, how much? It's very small, which we hold in one hand or keep on the dining table and eat. But their plate was 10 feet in diameter, like our big house. Our roof, how much big? That much big their plate was. In the middle of the dinner, I heard a noise behind me. Near the dinner plate, he heard one small noise. He heard a noise of a cat. It was the purring of a cat that was 10 times larger than an ox. There was a cat. It was 10 times bigger than an ox. How big the ox generally we see? We see oxes are very big, right? But this cat is 10 times bigger than a cat, means it was like an elephant. So it was purring means it made some sound. So just Gulliver saw towards the cat and afraid of that cat. Anyhow, the farmer's wife just patted that pet animal, means that cat. Then it kept quiet. Okay. Then entered the farmer's 1-year-old son in the arms of a lady, and the wife called the boy. They had one baby. They called the son that baby. On seeing me, the child grabbed me from the table and put my head into his mouth. He was about to, the boy is a small boy, thinking this Gulliver as a plaything. The boy caught in his hand and about to put him in his mouth. Then this Gulliver, with fear, he came out of his hand and stood aside. Okay. I shouted so loudly that the baby dropped me. When the man Gulliver shouted, the boy left him on the ground. I would have broken my neck if the mother had not held her apron under me. Suddenly, the boy's mother, means farmer's wife, pulled Gulliver to save from the boy. With one handkerchief. The handkerchief was like our blanket. Duppatti we say, no, like that it was. Okay. Then later she put me on her own bed and covered me with a clean white handkerchief. Then the farmer's wife asked him to sleep on a bed. So she offered a bed to this Gulliver to sleep. He slept, and on him she covered one very big blanket. Then I slept dreaming of my home. Gulliver slept by thinking about his home, wife and children. Thank you.